if I'm only talking to faith-based online coaches and I have 5,000 of them, I'd much rather have 5,000 of them than 50,000 of just a bunch of different people that aren't my ideal client. Would you rather have 100K followers and 0 clients, or 500 followers and a full client roster? If you're a coach that's trying to get clients on Instagram, you've probably been lied to, and that is exactly why I want to make this video today. I was on a coaching call the other day and my clients were bringing up all of these beliefs where I was like, where did these come from? And what I realized is that they had been in programs where people had been lying to them. They had been sharing false expectations. And in reality, these myths that we had to debunk are the reason that a lot of times people stay stuck where they are. If you're working hard, if you're posting content but still not getting anywhere, then this video is for you. Because the reason is most of what you've been told about getting clients on Instagram is just flat out wrong. In this video, I'm going to be exposing the 5 big Instagram myths that keep coaches stuck at a plateau. And trust me, number 5 is the one that's probably keeping you the most stuck, so I want you to stick around to that one. The first myth is believing that if you post content on Instagram, then the clients will just magically show up and be knocking at your door. And the truth is, content is not just what you need. It's definitely helpful, but it's not the sole bullet point, or what is it called, like this, the sole BB that is going to get you consistent 20K months. What's really going to get you there is having content that speaks directly to the ideal client that you want to attract, and running an Instagram ad, a super simple ad, to bring those leads to you and then nurture them through the content. So the content is basically like a nurturing machine, and the ad is what's going to bring in all of the new eyeballs. So this is what I was explaining to my clients, like there's different types of content, and a lot of times people get confused with the different types of content. And so I see a lot of coaches try to just create content that goes viral, gets new eyeballs to their page, but then they don't know how to create content that nurtures those eyeballs and actually converts those eyeballs, which requires different messaging and different mechanisms. The next bullet point, right? The next myth is that more followers equals more clients. This is flat out wrong, and the reason is, I'm gonna tell you guys a story actually. One of my clients, she went incredibly viral. She had like an 8 million viewed video. She got like 80,000 followers, but she was still broke. And the reason is because she was not able to properly convert these new followers. So a lot of times you'll see coaches with like tons and tons of followers, but you don't see that in their bank account, and they're not going to tell you, right? They're going to say like, oh, I have X amount of followers. So you presume, you believe that they have the money to match it, when in actuality, it's the people with this less followers and this smaller following that have more money, because they know how to nurture those specific eyeballs. They're only talking to one person. If I'm only talking to one ideal client, like if I'm only talking to faith-based online coaches and I have 5,000 of them, I'd much rather have 5,000 of them than 50,000 of just a bunch of different people that aren't my ideal client. Does that make sense? And plus, a small audience that trusts you like 10 times more is way more valuable than a huge audience that doesn't trust you or view your content at all. Would you rather have 100K followers and 0 clients, or 500 followers and a full client roster? Myth number 3 is that DMs do not work, or DMs are too much work. And listen, I get it. I actually used to do tons of cold DMs. I used to send 100 cold DMs every single day, and then I would barely get replies, and it would be so hard to try and get people on a call. But when done right, DMs are actually the fastest way for you to get coaching clients. And how we do this is we take a different approach than most people. So most people are just gonna try and shove their offer down people's throats. Like, I get messages all the time, people just sending me pitches, sending me offers. Don't do this. We have to actually go in there, act like you are the doctor, act like you have what they want, you have the solution. We need to make sure that our solution is going to work for our client. So we need to ask questions. We need to probe in people's pain points to understand what's actually going on so we can properly help them, right? So asking really good questions in the DMs and leading them to a call. Also, I like to give content. I like to send YouTube videos. I like to nurture clients beforehand so they know who I am, and that's how they fall in love. The best coaches don't wait for clients to come to them. They start the conversations. Myth number 4 is that gearing content towards rich people will make you inherently salesy or greedy. I've talked with a lot of coaches and I hear this a lot, that raising your prices will actually allow you to impact people less. And I think it's the opposite, because I believe that the higher your prices means the higher the pain it is for someone to join, and the more they have to go all in, the more they have to put the line in the sand, burn the boats, and decide to actually take this next step. So if your coaching business or your coaching program is only $200 versus a coach's program who is $3,000, whose coaching program is going to get the better results? The one that costs more, the one that is more painful to join, the one that people are going to have to put in the work because they paid the most. If your pricing scares you, good. I think I heard this from Alex Hormozi one time, like when he was training his sales team in Gym Launch, they would literally try to get the prospect to be like, when the price was dropped, and if they didn't gasp, then they knew they had to charge more. Marketing to clients who are ready to invest in their growth is a service to everyone. So I want you to stop undercharging out of fear and start marketing to people who actually have money for the transformation that you have. Or you're just gonna be wasting your time with a ton of tire kickers. When you charge more, you attract clients who are serious, and when clients are serious, they get better results. Myth number 5, which is probably the most important one, is that niching down is the way to go. Now, you've probably heard this before. Tons of people talk about niching down, but truthfully, I feel like most people ignore this and they don't niche down enough. Your niche isn't just a sentence in your bio on Instagram. It is who you are. It's how you show up. It's what you wear. It's how you talk. It's the content that you create. It's the posts. It's the reviews. It's the testimonials. It's what you enjoy. Do you like fitness? All of this, it creates your brand, it creates your niche. I actually found, because my content is more aesthetically pleasing, I feel like I'm more like old money vibes, that my clients' content was also more aesthetically pleasing, and we had similar vibes as well. And so how you show up online, how can you best represent yourself online to attract your ideal clients? You might really love the color blue. You might really love salt and vinegar chips. Can you share that online? You might have people who also find that, like, they have that relatability with you, and this is usually the last straw that gets people to want to work with you instead of another coach. So we need to show this online. We need to niche down in our interests. We need to show people the weird, quirky, controversial things that we like, because that's going to draw in the people we want and push away those we do not. Love, if you liked this video, I want you to go ahead and give it a like, subscribe so you don't miss out, and comment down below which myth you're taking away, what action you are taking after this video. I absolutely love you. I'm so grateful that this is my job and that I can just help a bunch of coaches turn their Instagram into a money-making machine. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!